I wanted to share with you some of my insights from 2 weeks ago, 2 weekends ago, when I attended a 3-day seminar, 3-day talk uh, given by Sir Jeff Mayor. And he mentioned something about effective versus efficient teachers. And I guess it goes the same for parents as well. Effective or efficient? Which would you go for? It is better to be an effective parent or effective teacher rather than just merely being an efficient one. And that really hit home because uh, it's important to me to always be efficient and to be efficient the way we plan. But a good teacher or a good parent is somebody who is not only efficient, but hopefully someone who's effective. And the way I understand what effectiveness means is not just doing things right, but doing the right things. And doing the right things in this day and age of, the digital generation, Gen X, the rise in cases of depression, I learned that to be an effective formator or teacher or parent is to be an affective one. No? Somebody who appeals to forming the character, to the affect, to the emotions, to to character building. An effective teacher is someone who's reflective, no? Reflective. After delivering a lesson, after talking to your children over dinner, do you reflect on what just happened? What can be done better? What can be said in a better way, right? So, makes sense, no? Effective, affective, reflective. And there was a portion in the seminar that I really liked, and he talked about parenting styles, which can also apply to teaching styles. So let me share with you these 4 parenting styles or teaching styles. The first is if there's very low control and very low support, no? Low control meaning classroom management, and same goes with parenting, di ba? There are no boundaries, there are no laws, everything's bala ka na, no? And there's also very little support from the adult. Then most likely the child will become very bored and unchallenged, right? So that's the first. And that first parenting style is called the ignorant or the negligent kind of parenting or teaching. So low control, low support. Yields bored, unchallenged, lazy, young individuals. Of course, we don't want that. The second would be low control but high support. No? Low control. So very few boundaries. You can do whatever you want. Get dirty, I don't care. But I'm just here, anak. I'm just here behind you, which is nice, no? But too much of it is the lazy-fair parenting or teaching. And what happens to the individual? The child becomes frustrated. Like, yes, you're there to support me, but children also need boundaries, and they actually seek for that. If the support is supported, or if the rules or boundaries are supported by support and love and affection, and it's clear to them why these rules are placed, then they will thrive. But if the control is very little, they're already hurting themselves, and they're already causing these lack of boundaries and rules are already causing them pain, then the children will get frustrated. Okay? That's the lazy-fair parenting or teaching style. The third would be very high control and no support, right? So can you imagine what kind of child that kind of teaching or parenting would yield? Very, very controlling, too many rules, not much affection at home. It's always bawal this, bawal that. I said so. I am the authority. I am the mother. I am the father. Kakasakal, no? Tendency would be that the child will retaliate. Yeah, would be revengeful. And that's what you call authoritarian kind of teaching or parenting. And maybe back in the day, that's how most or some of our parents got used to, no? That kind of parenting, very high control, but very little support or affection. And I'm pretty sure you know what kind of person that would yield, right? That person would have a very challenged self-esteem, and lack of affection would be passed on to someone else. That baggage will be passed on to someone else. Of course, the best would be to have an ample amount of control and an ample amount of support, right? High in both aspects would yield an authoritative kind of teacher or parent. And the kind of um, individual you would nurture if this child grows in a supportive and in a clear setting where rules are clearly stated and enforced, consistently enforced, you would yield a very engaged, excitable, curious young person who can explore, who is free to explore, but also is aware of his or her boundaries, to ensure his safety, to ensure that um, these things won't hurt him. I hope all of us know, whether we are in a position to be a parent or a teacher or a formator or a guidance counselor, or if we are taking care of mentoring somebody, I hope we all strive to go for authoritative. See, it's confusing. No? Authoritative parenting or teaching, that which has ample boundaries and controls, very clear rules, consistent, clear rules, firm rules. That we practice positive discipline, but at the same time ensuring or assuring our young people that they need not go through this alone, that they have the support they need when they go home, they have the support they need when they run to their guidance counselors in school, or if you're a teacher, to you as a teacher. These are what our young people thirst for all the more in this day and age of the internet, where they get information from the wrong sources.